I thought Adrian was the love of my life. We had built a beautiful world together, a world I thought was based on trust, love, and loyalty. But one day, that world shattered into a million pieces. It started subtly, as these things often do. Late nights at the office, hushed phone calls he'd take in another room, a sudden, almost obsessive attention to his appearance. My friends saw the signs before I did. "Alina, are you sure everything's okay?" they'd ask, their voices laced with a concern I chose to ignore. I trusted him. I trusted us. How could I not? This was Adrian, my Adrian. The truth, when it finally came, wasn't a dramatic confrontation. It was quiet, cold, and digital. I was looking for a document on our shared laptop, and a chat window was left open. Her name was Chloe. The messages were a dagger to the heart, each word a testament to their secret world, a world built on the ruins of mine. I read about their dates, their inside jokes, the promises he made to her, promises he had once made to me. The screen blurred through my tears. The air in our home, once filled with warmth and laughter, felt suffocating. I felt a hollowness inside me so vast it echoed. Every memory we ever made was suddenly tainted a lie. For days, I was a ghost in my own home. I moved through the motions making coffee, pretending to work, smiling when he called. But inside I was crumbling. The anger came next, a raging fire that threatened to consume me. I wanted to scream, to break things, to confront him and watch his perfect facade crumble. I imagined 100 different dramatic scenarios, each one more satisfying than the last. I could expose him to his family, his boss, post the screenshots online for the world to see. I could make him feel a fraction of the pain he had inflicted on me. The temptation for revenge was a siren's call, promising a fleeting moment of victory. But then, in the quiet of a sleepless night, a different thought emerged. What would revenge truly accomplish? It would keep me tethered to him, to this pain. It would make his betrayal the defining chapter of my life. Was that what I wanted? To let his actions dictate my future? No, my story wasn't going to be about how he broke me. It was going to be about how I put myself back together. I realized the most powerful thing I could do wasn't to destroy his world, but to rebuild my own on my own terms. My silence became my strategy. It wasn't weakness. It was me taking back control. While Adrian remained oblivious, I started making plans. I met with a lawyer quietly to understand my options. I opened my own bank account and started moving my personal funds. I reached out to a therapist to help me process the grief and rage in a healthy way. Each step, taken in secret, felt like a reclamation of my power. I wasn't the weeping victim anymore. I was a quiet storm, gathering strength. I started rediscovering the parts of myself I'd lost in the marriage, painting, hiking with friends, reading books in the park. With every brushstroke, every step on the trail, I was finding Alina again. The day I decided to leave was calm. There was no shouting, no tears. I had packed my most important belongings over the weeks, storing them at a friend's place. Adrian came home from a work dinner, humming a tune, completely unaware that his world was about to change. I was sitting on the sofa, our divorce papers laid out neatly on the coffee table. He stopped when he saw them, a confused smile on his face. "What's this, a joke?" he asked. I looked at him, really looked at him, for the first time without the filter of love or betrayal. I just saw a man who had made a choice. "It's not a joke, Adrian," I said, my voice steady, calm. "I know about Chloe. I've known for a while." His face went through a series of emotions: shock, denial, then a flicker of panic. He started to stammer, to make excuses about stress at work, about it meaning nothing. But I wasn't interested in his lies anymore. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't cry. I simply said, "My lawyer will be in touch with yours." I've already moved out. That's what shocked him the most. The lack of drama. The quiet efficiency of my departure. He expected a fight, tears, a scene. He didn't expect to be made irrelevant. His friends, our mutual friends, my family, everyone was stunned. They expected me to be a wreck, to seek revenge, to drag his name through the mud. Instead, they saw me thriving. I moved into a new apartment, decorated it just for me, and focused on my career. I poured all the energy I had once spent on our relationship into myself. My business took off. I traveled. I reconnected with people I'd lost touch with. The story they told was not of a woman scorned, but of a woman reborn. They were shocked not by my anger, but by my peace. They couldn't understand how I could just let it go. But I hadn't just let it go. I had processed it, learned from it, and refused to let it define me. The greatest shock wasn't what I did to him, but what I did for myself. I chose my own happiness over his misery. I chose peace over war. Adrian's life, from what I heard, spiraled. The affair ended, his reputation suffered, and he was left alone to face the consequences of his actions. But honestly, his fate was no longer my concern. My focus was on my own path forward, a path I had forged myself, out of the ashes of a life I thought I wanted. So to anyone who has ever felt the sting of betrayal, know this: your power isn't in revenge, it's in your response. You can't control what others do, but you can control how you react. Choose yourself. Choose your peace. Choose to build a future so bright that the shadows of the past can't reach you. That is the ultimate victory. It's not about shocking them. It's about amazing yourself. Thank you for listening to my story. If you found some strength in it, please like and subscribe for more content on rebuilding and thriving. You've got this.